cause. The underlying causes of migraines are unknown. However, they are believed to be related to a mix of environmental and genetic factors. They run in families in about two-thirds of cases and rarely occur due to a single gene defect. While migraines were once believed to be more common in those of high intelligence, this does not appear to be true. A number of psychological conditions are associated, including depression, anxiety, and bipolar disorder, as are many biological events or triggerers. The genetics. Studies of twins indicate a 34 to 51% genetic influence of livelihood to develop migraine. This genetic relationship is stronger for migraine with aura than for migraines without aura. A number of specific variants of genes increase the risk to by a small to moderate amount. Single gene disorders that result in migraine are rare. One of these is known as familial hemiplegic migraine, a type of migraine with aura which is inherited in an autosomal dominant fashion. Four genes have been shown to be involved in familial hemiplegic migraine. Triggerers. Migraine may be induced by triggerers, while some reporting it as an influence in a minority of cases and others the majority. Many things such as fatigue, certain foods, and weather have been labeled as triggers. However, the strength and significance of these relationships are uncertain. Most people with migraines report experiencing triggers. Symptoms may start up to 24 hours of a trigger. The physiological aspects. Common triggers quoted are stress, hunger, fatigue. These equally contribute to tension headaches. Psychological stress has been reported as a factor by 50 to 80% of the people. Migraine has also been associated with post-traumatic stress disorder and abuse. Migraine episodes are most likely to occur around menstruation. Other hormonal influences such as menarche, oral contraceptive use, pregnancy, premenopausal and menopause also play a role. These hormonal influences seem to play a greater role in migraine without aura. Migraine episodes typically do not occur during the second and third trimesters of pregnancy or following menopause. Dietary aspects. Between 12 to 60% of people report food as triggers. Evidence for such triggers, however, mostly relies on self-reports and is not rigorous enough to prove or disprove any particular trigger. A clear explanation for why food might be a trigger migraine is also lacking. The environmental aspects. A review on potential triggers in the indoor and outdoor environment concluded that there is sufficient evidence to confirm environmental factors causing migraine. They nevertheless suggested that people living with migraine take some preventive measures related to indoor air quality and lighting. This includes ventilation and various blackout items to reduce light as a maximum rate. The pain phase. Classically, the headache is unilateral, throbbing, and moderate to severe in intensity. It usually comes on gradual and is aggravated by physical activity. However, the effect of physical activity on migraine are complex, and some researchers have concluded that while exercise can trigger migraine attacks, regular exercise may have prophylactic effect and decrease the frequency of the attacks. The feeling of pulsating pain is not in phase with the pulse. In more than 40% of the cases, however, the pain may be bilateral and neck pain is commonly associated with it. Bilateral pain is particularly common in those who have migraine without aura. Less commonly, pain may occur primarily in the back or the top of the head. The pain usually lasts 72 hours in adults. However, in young children, frequency lasts less than an hour. The frequency of attack is variable from a few in a lifetime to several a week, with average of being about one in a month. The pain is frequently accompanied by nausea, vomiting, sensitivity to light, sound, smells, fatigue, and irritability. Many thus seek a dark and quiet room. In a basilar migraine, a migraine with neurological symptoms related to the brainstem or with neurological symptoms on both sides of the body, common effects include a sense of word spinning, lightheadedness, confusion, etc. Nausea occurs in almost 90% of the people and vomiting occurs in about one-third. Other symptoms may include blurred vision, nasal stuffiness, diarrhea, frequent neck stiffness associated with symptoms are less common in the elderly. Rarely, Aura occurs without a subsequent headache. This is known as aphalangic migraine or silent migraine. It is also known as acephalic migraine. However, it is difficult to assess the frequency of such cases because people who do not experience symptoms severe enough to seek treatment may not realize anything unusual is happening to them and dismiss it without reporting any problems. The postdrome phase. The migraine postdrome could be defined as a constellation of symptoms occurring once the acute headache has settled. Many people report a sore feeling in the area of where the migraine was, and some report impaired thinking for a few days after the headache has passed. The person may feel tired or hungover and have head pain, cognitive difficulties, gastrointestinal symptoms, mood changes, and weakness. According to one summary, some people feel unusually refreshed or euphoric attack after an attack, whereas others note depression and malaise. For some individuals, they can vary each time.